Yes, I mean, obviously, what you see in the short term is, unprecedented disruption. Schools and universities around the world are having to move online at an unprecedented speed and scale. So, in the short term, our immediate role is obviously to help our customers and communities to do that as well as they possibly can. So, actually, so far, we have provided digital courseware services and other resources free, the value of more than £25 million, just to ensure that we can get everybody online and working as effectively as we possibly can. But I think you're right. I think if we look through when the world gets through the pandemic, as eventually we will, I think this will accelerate the demand for online learning, which has obviously been fundamental to the strategy of the company over the last few years. And in the meantime, with just millions more learners and teachers using our digital products every day, it's a fantastic opportunity for us to accelerate the whole research and development. We're learning so much more quickly about how people use the products, what's effective, what we could tweak, what we could change. And so, this is obviously hugely challenging for the world and our communities, but really important that we all do our part to help get through it as quickly as we possibly can.
John, I gather planning for the future might be somewhat difficult, though, because we don't know the extent of the lockdowns, how long social distancing remains in place, whether there's a second or third wave of infections that requires another lockdown to take place. How do you plan for that, given the various demands on online learning?
Well, I mean, it's a great point, and you and I, we've spoken about this a number of times over the years, that Pearson has been working its way through, what I think will ultimately be very rewarding, but has no doubt been a very challenging analog to digital transformation. And one of the things you must have when you're working through change on that scale is a very strong balance sheet. So we have low levels of net debt, high levels of liquidity, and that means that we, from that position of financial strength, we can take a long-term view and we can make sure that we're looking after all of our stakeholders. So in addition to that support for our customers and communities, we've taken the decision that although we have over 1,000 colleagues who are not able to do the jobs they would normally do for the reasons you mentioned, our testing centres around the world are closed, we are choosing not to furlough those staff. Because we think that public money should be better spent with companies who don't have our financial strength and have more challenges in the short term. And actually, we can redeploy those colleagues to help our customers and communities in the way I was describing earlier. And it also means that we're able to continue to pay the final dividend for 2019, because I think it's important to remember that our shareholders ultimately are large numbers of pensioners who depend on our dividend and that of many other companies for their income. And if there are other companies who don't have our financial strength and aren't able to pay their dividend, it's all the more important, I think, that those of us who are able to do so, do so. So that's what we're doing. And at the same time, we're continuing to invest very significantly in the long-term digital transformation of the company. The Pearson Learning Platform is on plan and on scale with a very ambitious and exciting roadmap that we unveiled at the time of our February results.